Hi, I'm Jane from Poppy Patchwork, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make the Tennessee Waltz quilt block. I've drawn the block out in my Quilt Block notebook, and I've written out all the measurements. In this book you will get lots of blank pages, and I find it really useful for calculating the size of my pieces for the block. The odd and even Quilt Block notebooks are available to buy from Amazon. Scan the QR code to visit Amazon. I've just released my new book, The Quilter's Quick Reference Guide, with your favourite cutting charts and step-by-step instructions. The cutting charts include half square triangles, quarter square triangles, split square triangles, flying geese, corner squares, economy squares, half rectangle triangles and cat's cradle. Plus step-by-step instructions for making and trimming your units. Buy your copy today. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description. Now let's get quilting. So we're going to start by making the 4 patches. So I'm going to put fabrics for A and B to one side. So we're using fabrics C, D, E and F. So the fabric, the 4 patch in the middle, is going to look like this. And the 4 patches on the side are going to look like this. So I'm going to pin these together in pairs. So I'm going to take these to the sewing machine and sew with a 1/4 inch seam. And now I'm going to set the seams and press towards the purple fabric. So now the seams should be laying in opposite directions because we've pressed them towards the same fabric. We can make the 4 patches up. So now I'm going to pin these together and these seams should nest. I'm now going to sew these with a 1/4 inch seam. I'm now going to set and press these seams. I'm just going to press these to one side. I'm going to set those to one side, and now it's time to make the half rectangle triangles. So for the half rectangle triangles, we need the rectangles in fabric A and B, and on the wrong side of the lighter fabric, I'm going to draw a diagonal line. And on two of them, I'm going to draw it from the top left to the bottom right. And on the other two, I'm going to draw it from the top right to the bottom left. And now I'm going to place these right sides together with the other fabric. So the diagonal line needs to run from one corner to the other corner. I'm going to pin that in place. And then the opposite diagonal will run from the opposite corners. So when I take it to the sewing machine, I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch on both sides of the drawn line. I'm now going to remove the pins and cut along the drawn line. And now I'm going to set the seams and press them open. And now we're going to trim these, so I'm just going to put them into piles of left and right facing half rectangle triangles. Now I've marked this ruler up with the unfinished size and the reference points, and those reference points and the unfinished size can be found in the PDF instructions for this block, and those are available to members who have subscribed to the library of blocks. So I'm just going to get my rotating cutting board because I find it a little bit easier, and we're going to start with this half rectangle triangle. So I'm going to line the reference points up on the diagonal line, and I'm going to make sure that when I cut up the right side and along the top, down the left and along the bottom fabric is still falling within the unfinished size. Now for the opposite direction, I'm going to just flip the ruler over. To rotate the cutting board a little bit, line everything up, and then I'm ready to cut. So I'll pop this board away, and now what we need to do is join these together in pairs. Like this. So you may see that we've got the diagonal line does not run into the corner like it does on half square triangles. It is offset by 1/4 of an inch, and that helps us get our points 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. So when we are joining these together, we need to push the pin through the seam about 1/4 of an inch down through the first one and push it through the seam on the second one. Again about a quarter of an inch down, and then secure that. Now I'm going to take those over to the sewing machine and sew with a 1/4 inch seam. So I'm going to set and press the seams open. And now we're ready for block layout. So I've laid these out in block layout, and now I'm going to pin these together in pairs along the top and then pop these onto the columns. Now on this one we need to match the seams, so if you want to right mouse click on the link above, it will take you to my video on how to get perfect seams in your quilt blocks. I'm going to take those to the sewing machine and sew with a 1/4 inch seam. Now I'm going to set the seams and I'm going to press towards the 4 patch. So I'm going to return to block layout. And now I'm going to pin these bottom pieces onto the columns. So I'm going to sew those with a 1/4 inch seam. And again I'm going to set and press the seams towards the 4 patches. So back in block layout, I'm going to sew this column to the centre column and then this column to this column. So again, we've matched points in the centre, and then these seams have been pressed in opposite directions so they will nest. So I'm going to take that over to the sewing machine and sew with a 1/4 inch seam. So I've sewn those 2 seams and given the block a good press. So congratulations, you have made the Tennessee Waltz quilt block. I hope you've enjoyed these videos, and thank you very much for all your support by downloading my patterns and buying my books. Bye for now and happy quilting!